Hi there, it's Tasso. Job crafting, huh? To be honest, I have never heard this term before. Maybe you have, or maybe you have an idea. I'll get to this in a moment, but let me first step back a bit and approach the topic by asking you this. Do you remember how it feels like when you start a new job? Not the first job that you ever had, any new job. When you change your position within your organization or when you change companies, do you remember how that feels like? You love it, don't you? You go all in, you give 100%, you seek to learn, you seek to contribute, to do things. You want to make a difference. You do things without asking anything in return. You don't feel stressed because, as Simon Sinek said it in his very famous quote, when you work hard on something you don't care about, it's called stress. But when you work hard on something that you do care about, it's called passion. And as you're passionate about what you do, work-life balance is the furthest from your mind. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? But then what happens? Then, along the way, sooner or later, you bump into routines, you struggle with processes, you get discouraged, maybe by rejections and people's feedback. More and more you try to fit in, and things start to be harder. It feels like an uphill battle. Ultimately, it happens to the rest of us. We try to trick ourselves and say, well, if I would change companies, then maybe things will be different. And you change companies. But the story repeats itself, same cycle. Everything starts over and is going downhill in the same way as it did in the previous company. Obviously, then that's not the answer. But what is? Let's get to the root cause. What is it that causes this decay of excitement? What is it that causes this decay of passion? I thought about this, and there is one key thing that I came up with and that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully it's helpful. I believe that it has a lot to do with losing control. Now, what do I mean by that? I am referring to the fact that your position in the company and your perception of your role change over time. Now, this makes it easier to get sidetracked. See, I believe that what drains us most is when we lose ourselves, our internal guidance. That happens when we allow others to define what we do and who we are. Imagine for a bit you come to this new job with some understanding of what you're going to do. You're an expert after all. You're excited, you're motivated, you're ready to go. But then you can pull to one side and you can pull to another side. You find yourself having to settle for consensus and doing things that you didn't intend to do when you started. That sucks. You're pulled in all sorts of directions and don't focus on what you initially wanted to achieve in your job, what you wanted to do in the company for you. Now, I almost hear you say, Tasso, what are you talking about? What do you mean by saying what I want? I get hired by these people. I'm doing what they want. I would like to respectfully disagree. Here's a big idea for you. Companies do not hire you to do what they want. Companies hire you to do what you want. Huh? Of course, within their environment and under their rules and within their vision. Clearly. But I see you don't believe me. But I can tell you, you do have that freedom. You just don't realize it and you simply don't believe in yourself. You probably think that others who are maybe longer in the organization or in a higher position than you, they know better than you. But if you do so, then you should ask yourself the question, why did they hire you in the first place? If you think about it, the only answer that can possibly come into your mind will be that they hired you because of, well, you. Because they needed a fresh perspective. They needed you, your energy, and your drive to do things differently. Nobody in the company wants you to do the same things in the same way as the person did them before you. So with this video, I want to encourage you to take that initiative, my friend. Have you ever wondered why in big organizations actually you don't have job descriptions? Happens often. In particular, for the more senior roles, there are no job descriptions. Have you noticed? Well, the reason is because what needs to be done is not carved in stone. Clearly not how it's going to be done. Now, simple-minded people complain about this. They go to human resources and say, I need a job description because I need to know what I should be doing for my evaluation. And they probably also think to themselves, I need a job description because if a headhunter calls me up, then I need to be able to say what I'm doing. But that's not how leaders think. Leaders think differently. And here's where you come in. You have to see the opportunity in this. Look, if there's no job description, you can shape your job. That's what job crafting is about. It's a beautiful thing to realize that you can actually shape your job and put your spin and personality to it. How awesome is that? So just do it. Take initiative. What's standing in your way? The single most important thing that will make you stand out more than anything else as a leader in an organization is to take initiative. Companies are looking for those candidates who have the courage and the drive to move things forward. They want people who can bend the rules, or not break the rules obviously, but bend the rules, and they want people who, through their leadership, inspire and energize others to follow them. When was the last time you did something like this? When was the last time that you stepped up? When was the last time that you defined what success would look like for you? This is what I want you to do. In fact, this is what you need to do in order to succeed in an organization. Every time you get into a new job, be it through a promotion, be it through a reorganization, or maybe you change companies, what I want you to do is to define your footprint. You need to define what success looks like for you. And how do you do that? Here's how. I want you to project yourself into the end of your current job. What would you like to have accomplished? What would you be proud of when looking back? What would you like to put on your CV at the end of the day? What is the change you want to have made, or the impact you want to have had? And most importantly, what is worth your energy and your time? Now, let me say this one more time because it's fundamentally important. What is worth your energy and your time? Let me remind you that at work, you are trading in your best time of the day. You are working from 9 to 5, most likely, the most prolific, most awake, most productive hours, the best hours of the day. There's not much left when you get home after work. There's nothing in your contract that tells you to not put your soul into these 9 to 5 or to not put your stamp onto these 9 to 5 hours. You can define your job, and this is what you need to do, because not only will this give you direction, serve you as a compass, and provide the understanding of what you need to do, it will also give you some possibility and strength to persevere when things get tough, and it will flex your profile. It will give you some confidence, and most importantly, it will grow you personally. Does that make sense? Of course it does. I hope you liked the video today, my friend. Click like and subscribe if you did, because that's what the like and subscribe button is for. Let me know in the comments below what thoughts might pop up in your head that you want to talk about. If you're not believing this, I will help you overcome all of these objections. And if you know somebody who just got a new job, send them this video. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Until the next one, all the best.